Welcome back, Real Chip TV, the weekly Chirp, third preseason game. We're breaking it down right now, and before we dive into any of that, Tom, you have important announcements to make about what's going on tonight.
The Fantasy League, August 30th, the draft, Sunday night, 8 p.m. I know we got 11 hungry contestants who want that first place prize package.
The jersey.
Yep. Big stitch jersey, couple Chip TV shirts, and a bonus item. So.
There is swag to be won.
Yep.
And one other thing we want to talk about, we shot our episode a little early last week, and we missed it by about 2 hours.
Yep.
The Michael Kendrick signing the 4-year, $29 million deal. What do you think about that? That's great, right?
Good deal. Got it. I mean, he improved the depth at certain positions, and you see why. Kiko didn't play tonight, so. Got Kendricks locked up, and he played tonight.
He got to lock up, and he signed the contract with his helmet on. He tweeted that picture out. That is just awesome. Legendary. So let's dive into the game, though. Our first chirp, Yosemite slinging Sam Bradford, 10 for 10, 129 yards, 3 touchdowns.
121 yards.
121 yards. How many yards did I say there?
29.
29? Okay, 121 yards, 3 touchdowns. Doesn't get any better than that. I mean, he was perfect. He hit every throw.
Exactly. You couldn't get any better than that. And Sanchez played well, too. So.
Yeah, no, Sanchez did that. It looked really good.
It was all about Bradford tonight, though. Hit my leg on the
hit your leg on the bottom. Yeah, we're in my dad's basement.
No home field advantage right now.
Yeah, we're on our element. So we're on the road, just like the Eagles were tonight. But I got to say, I mean, that throw he had to Darren Sproles was... We haven't seen a throw like that ever. I mean, McNabb doesn't make throws like that. And that's what an elite quarterback does. They make that throw, and they make it look easy.
Absolutely.
And it's just that
wheel route. It's not easy. That's the thing. It's not easy.
He flowed that in perfect. I mean, we saw Sanchez miss. Sanchez played well tonight, but he missed like 2 of those wheel routes.
Yeah.
So
the throw that impressed me most about Bradford was 4th down and goal, and Chip decides to go for it. And he's staring down the barrel of an untouched Micah Hyde, the safety, coming on the blitz, and stands in there and fires it to Trey Burton coming on the crossing pattern, touchdown. I mean...
And springs right back up from that hit.
Doesn't get much better.
You actually just took my one of my chip dip questions for. I was going to ask you what was the most impressive play from Bradford tonight, and there it is. No, I'll get another one. Don't worry about it. But yeah, no, I thought Bradford looked great. He played the whole first quarter. He was perfect. He was perfect. What can you say? Second chirp, Walter Thurmond, right place, right time. That pick 6. Deion Sanders striding into the end zone. I mean, he's just right place, right time. I mean, last week he had that pick against the Ravens, where the one-handed, off the flick. I mean, what do you like from this guy?
He can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
And that's something coming from a cornerback's background that you might not have really expected. I mean, he's rangy, but tonight the pick was in man. The guy, he got his hands on the guy. He kind of stumbled, and ball came out a little bit prematurely, I guess. Maybe it was coming out on time, but the fact that the guy stumbled, and Thurman's a ball hawk, man. He's the real deal.
Absolutely. I mean, there's something to be said about being in the right place at the right time. And the Packers didn't have Aaron Rodgers tonight, but our offense just cleaned their clocks on defense. Like their defense is horrible, which has nothing to do with Rodgers, but our defense looked good. The front 7 in particular. No one can run on them.
Eddie Lacy still played. He played a lot, and he was getting the ball. And James Starks is a guy who has experience. Killed us in the playoffs in 2010.
Yeah.
We talked about that during the game. And we stopped him up. Benny Logan's getting in the backfield. Fletcher Cox making plays. So, I mean, even without Kiko in there, again, he didn't play. But D'Amico, big thing to touch on is D'Amico Ryans actually played tonight.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good. That was great to see. Now, if our front 7 can play like that, and our secondary can be good enough, and they were better than good enough. They looked really good tonight. They can play like that. Teams are gonna have a hard time because we're gonna be putting up points. Whether they it doesn't matter who's in right now. We're still putting up points.
No matter what.
And Bradford, can't get enough about Bradford. And that's gonna bring us into our third chirp. I mean, the other guys on offense: DeMarco Murray, Ryan Matthews, Darren Sproles, Jordan Matthews, Trey Burton, Brent Sell, Kenny and the Burner, Barner. They all looked awesome tonight. They all had great plays.
Kenyon Barner's just one of those guys. Every week you're expecting a big play out of him. And that big screen pass, they were on like the 3-4 yard line, and they get the ball to him, and he takes it 50, 60 yards downfield.
I thought he would have finished 30 yards shy of that, but then he just put on the burners, and he just pun intended.
And Jordan Matthews goes up, grabs a couple balls, in tight coverage too, and Matthews and Murray obviously made some plays, and Burton 2 touchdowns.
Bradford and Matthews, they got that chemistry, man. You can see it. You can see it, and it's looking good. No, I think great things. And it's nice seeing Brent Selk get that touchdown pass there.
He's still got it.
Yeah, he's definitely still got it. And Murray and Matthews running strong. I mean, that north and south, you know that dipping and dancing that we had with LaShawn McCoy. LaShawn McCoy, great. He was great. I loved him as an Eagle, but, man, that north and south, that's what we need.
Great to see.
That's what we need right now.
Yeah, they pound it.
No, absolutely. And Brandon Graham, you said you loved Brandon Graham.
Oh, yeah.
What was
he people look at him as a situational pass rusher. He was in there a lot last year, made some plays as a rotational guy. But you're seeing why he's a starter in the NFL. He stops the run very well. He can even run with guys on pass coverage. There was a play where the quarterback breaks contain, and you pointed out that you liked how the guy didn't go to the quarterback. He stayed with the pass, the pass catcher. So I mean, things like that is what they're teaching here, and Brandon Graham's picked it up very nicely.
Yeah, and the piggyback off that, I mean, the Eagles have just looked like such a better coach team in these 3 preseason games against coaches like
Mike
McCarthy, John Harbaugh,
Chuck Pagano.
I didn't know that last one, so I'm glad you got that. But like these are not scrub teams. We are beating AFC North champs. Potentially the Ravens. NFC South champs are definitely the Colts.
Yeah.
And NFC North champs are probably the Green Bay Packers. And we made them all look bad. So say what you will about, it's just preseason. We are making champions, division winners look terrible.
Yeah, and I mean, would it be better if we looked a mess? Yeah. It's just preseason? Like, no.
Do we want to look like the Cowboys right now? Oh, my
God. Especially when you got a quarterback like Bradford coming off those injuries. You want to see him play well. You want to see confidence. And, in that first game, we were talking about he kind of looked goofy, and I agree. He did. He looked a little goofy. But tonight, man, you don't want to mess with that guy. He turned into the Flame from Fantastic Four.
He did. And his jersey was like one size a little smaller. I like that. It wasn't as big. I think they shrunk it down. Maybe he went through the wash. It was never washed, so they shrunk it down a little bit.
He didn't wear it yet. Exactly.
All right, so that's going to bring us to chip tips. First one, what did you think of the Tim Tebow 2-point conversion plays? There's 2 of them.
Oh, man. Well, if he's gonna throw the ball, you might as well just keep Bradford in there. But I think Chip wanted to experiment a little. I don't think you're gonna see that in the regular season. My dad, I was texting him. He said, "Better not see that in the regular season because that's the kind of stuff that loses you games." And I don't think Chip Kelly's as, I don't think he's as dumb as what he looked tonight on those. I don't think he's going to do that. So
I didn't like how they didn't give him a read option. Yeah. The first play was just like a quarterback, Tim Tebow, Florida
run straight.
Florida Gators going to run up the middle, and that's not going to happen in the NFL. So second chip dip here, we're going. If you could buy one Eagles jersey this year, who would it be and why? You could only get one Eagles jersey. Who would it be?
Well, I already got Maxwell and Jordan Matthews. So would it be outside of that?
Outside of that, no. You don't have either of those. Okay. You don't have any jersey. You can only buy
so I can
one.
Repick those guys.
You can repick them, but you can only get one jersey this year.
I would say Jordan Matthews is my favorite player.
So can I have your Maxwell one?
Get your own. But Jordan Matthews is my favorite player on the team, so I'd say him. But I mean, after tonight, that Starship 7 jersey is looking nice.
It is looking nice. I can get one of those. Maybe just get the duct tape over my Vic jersey and just write Bradford on there. I could do that.
Tighten the sleeves up a little bit.
I could be that guy. All right, last question. Ed Reynolds, does he make the team?
It's tough. Oh man, I think it's going to come down to this last game, and if he can shine and prove he's better than, what would Chris Brzezinski be worth on special teams? I mean, we have a lot of special teamers that are playing well. Eric Rose played very well on special teams, so he could. It's just going to depend.
He's got Maragos. Is probably, am I saying his name right?
Yeah,
he's probably got the lock on one of them because he's just such a beast in special teams.
Yeah, he's a lock to make it. I mean, I'd love to see Ed Reynolds make it, but I don't know.
What about practice squad?
That's unlikely. Practice squad, he definitely a candidate. And Rasheed Bailey, too, practice squad candidate there. I want to see him stay in the NFL because he's definitely a kid that can make some plays there.
Yeah, I just think, they signed those guys at special teams, and they look so good on special teams right now. This Chip Kelly want to break that up when you're pretty solid at safety right now with Malcolm Jenkins, who hasn't had an injury history.
Yeah,
and it's knock on wood, but I mean, you got these guys that are brought in for special teams. It's going to be hard to be like, we don't want to break that up. We got a good thing going.
Yep.
But that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Tune in because on Tuesday, Chip Shatter. So get your questions for us, Chip Shatter. We want to know what you guys think of the game.
And don't forget the fantasy draft.
Do not forget that.
And yes, this is a Miami Heat hat. I've been a fan since age 15, so don't judge me.
He loves his Heat.
I love my Heat.
Bradford brought the Heat.
Bradford brought that Heat.
Yeah.
I might wear this more often.
All right. Night, guys.